And we're live.
Hooray!
That's cool.
We did it.
Half
We made it.
my headphones just cut out. Perfect timing.
Good timing for sure.
Yep. It was the Thanksgiving weekend.
It was.
And, and
for
before
you
we get
guys.
into like what happened, what we all did and everything, I want to talk about the best thing that happened this Thursday, and that was the release of the Hey Arnold: The Jungle movie.
I was waiting for this.
Oh, was that this? Okay, I didn't actually know that was.
That's out now.
Okay.
Some brand new Hey Arnold, right for your face, and your ears. And I gotta say, pulling on the nostalgia strings, it was a delight watching those 81 minutes or whatever it is. Okay,
cool. I'm glad to hear it.
A lot of returning characters. There's a lot of like throwbacks. They do like there's at one point they do like a bit of a montage for they're making like a video, so they get all these characters to like come forward and say a few things, and it's like, hey, I remember that episode and that person and that one, and it was great. Pigeon Man's there. It's great, good time.
Nice. All right.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
They also make like they reveal a bunch of some information about some characters that you never expected.
Okay.
Which was super funny, and I'm being vague because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's who might be interested.
Yeah.
But there was one joke specifically that like it's a recurring thing in the old show, and then they explain why that thing was always there, and it's like that's ridiculous.
Okay. Cool. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. Arnold, it's all about his lost parents. He goes to the jungle to find them.
Yep.
And I won't spoil anything else.
Okay.
But I would, if you like Hey Arnold, why not go watch some new Hey Arnold in 2017?
And I know you like Hey Arnold.
Who doesn't like Hey Arnold, man?
I've never actually heard somebody say I hate Hey Arnold. Mostly people are just indifferent, if anything.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Arnold, what I really liked about it, it was during the time when cartoons, like children's cartoons, could be like serious. Like there could be some like dark stuff in there, and Hey Arnold definitely touched on some like serious topics, which just made it like great.
Okay.
So
cool.
Anyway, so I spent some of my Thursday watching that.
Nice.
John, Paul? You didn't do anything for Thanksgiving, right?
I didn't.
For
why would
American
I?
Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Why would I?
Yeah,
there's no
it'd be a
reason
little
to.
weird.
Yeah.
John, why don't you talk about your Thanksgiving?
We went down to Reese's brother's place for American Thanksgiving. So we went down there Sunday and we got back Friday night.
Cool.
We hung out there. Her brother, his wife, and their two kids.
Do you want to say like what the city or anything? I don't know how much you're like keeping secret.
It was in Virginia. We'll just say that. It was in Virginia
cool.
State.
All right. I don't know where that is. Is that on the East Coast?
Yep.
All right.
I say that's in America. It was nice. The weather was surprisingly warm there the whole time. I didn't think it was going to be as warm as it was.
Yeah. I was in SoCal and it was 25.
What?
And then I drove back today
disgusting.
and it was raining. And I miss SoCal.
I'm so sick of this crazy ass weather.
Yeah. Although I hear you guys like up in Calgary are pretty warm right now.
We apparently a heat wave hit while we were gone, and I think it's ending today because I've had wicked headaches today, which usually means the Chinook's ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't yet last night. I had a headache and some of today, so.
My dad was telling me apparently we're due for like the coldest winter, or maybe you guys, I don't know how royal his Wii was, are due for like the coldest winter in a long time.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be the snowiest, not the coldest.
My dad
either way, that's going to suck.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
No.
And Sean is now muted.
Okay, good. I freaked out for a second thinking.
All right, what did you get up
me.
to? What did you eat?
Jesus, that scared me.
I pressed the button and then I assume it registers.
I just love seeing you go, damn it.
Yeah.
It's like we went and watched Justice League.
Oh,
I
nice.
watched that the night before I left. What did you think?
It was a movie.
I would go as far as say it's a bad movie.
It exists. It is a movie.
I'll say
there were parts I liked and parts it was like, eh.
I like Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Wonder Woman's good. I liked Aquaman.
I actually legit liked Ben Affleck as Batman. I will say that.
Is this your first time of seeing Ben Affleck as Batman?
Yes, I did not see Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, that's also a bad movie. I would say it's worse. I'm not a huge fan of Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought Cyborg looked bad.
I liked Cyborg's actor. Like, he was really good at it, especially when they you can tell they got more comfortable around the other superheroes.
See, I'm just gonna say like all of Cyborg was just kind of like whiny and depressing, and it was like there's nothing to like about you. Like you're just pissed off, and not even in like a fun like I'm gonna destroy everything pissed off like Kratos way. But I had heard that the CGI had been rushed to get this release date because I also thought a lot of the enemies looked bad too.
Yeah, I could see that. Looking at the enemies, I kept thinking, aren't you just the guys from Gears of War? Aren't you the Locust?
I guess. I don't know. I don't even remember what the Parademons. That's what it was, right?
Something like that.
I mean, to be fair, those were probably in the comics long before Gears of War.
Yeah, but they looked pretty damn Gears of War-y to me. Trying to think of what else.
Barry Allen, like the Flash, he's okay. I think the reason I'm not a huge fan of him is I just didn't like their version of the Flash. He's just super whiny. Oh. And maybe because I like watch the Flash show or I read the Flash comics, I just have like a different Flash in my head.
Sure.
So. I was surprised at the Flash that they went with.
Yeah, a lot of the jokes. I don't think I like laughed once. I wasn't really feeling any of the jokes.
I laughed a couple times, but nowhere near as much as I would at a Marvel movie.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that's the thing you're going to have to compare it to a Marvel movie. There's no real way around it.
Yeah. Right, of course. Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, I think Marvel movies are better, but I think that's just because the style they go for is more cohesive.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the key there is Marvel movies are like a fun time. And DC, I'm just like, okay. I mean, I guess I kind of have to watch this as a comic book movie fan.
Guess I'm just here now. This is just what I have to watch.
Did you see Wonder Woman proper?
Not yet, no. I think I'm getting that for Christmas. So
yeah, nice. You should definitely see that. I feel like if you had seen that, you would dislike Justice League more.
I have heard that like Reese watched it on the flight home. She said it was excellent. And
yeah,
she's not usually
really good.
Not into movies
and I remember seeing this something on Twitter. It was like this like side by side comparison screenshot of like here's what the Amazons looked like in Wonder Woman, and here's what they look like in Justice League. And one it was like Amazon warriors and like their dresses and whatever. And then in the Justice League, it's like here's the bikini Amazon women and they're like boob clad metal brassieres. And it was like yeah, of course.
Wasn't it revealed that was like just a training armor or something like that, and that was also in Wonder Woman? Because like they were wearing their normal outfits in.
I definitely saw some bikini ones in Justice League. I haven't gone back to like scan Wonder Woman, but I will do that for you.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Your countless sacrifices will not be forgotten.
But so okay, Justice League. Anything else about Justice League?
Popcorn was good.
All right.
No, we went to this movie theater that had like actual recliners.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like remote, like you press a button, it just slowly reclines. It goes all the way back. Like, how do you not just fall asleep watching the movie with that?
Sure, I can see that. Yeah.
But it was really cool.
We have movie theaters here that have that. We have some that have just couches, like just a normal couch.
Yep.
Beanbag chairs.
We don't have beanbag chair ones here. We have the other ones.
They're like giant beanbag, like those like sumo beanbag chairs.
Weird.
Which makes sense because movie theaters do more and more of this stuff because they have to like fight against your comfortable living room and big screen TV.
For
sure, they got to do something.
Yep.
As long, we're talking about movies we saw at Thanksgiving, I went and saw Coco.
Okay.
I heard that was really good.
Yeah, the new Pixar joint. Yeah. First off, I'll say the animated short in the beginning was Frozen themed, and I didn't like it.
I heard it's the worst. Yeah.
I don't hate Frozen.
No.
I hate Olaf from Frozen.
Yep.
And this is straight up called Frozen Olaf's Adventure or something.
Yeah,
and
he's like he's trying to find traditions or something.
Yeah, he's trying to find holiday traditions because they don't have any because they were like locked away or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I just hate that guy. He's
that guy's an asshole. hearing about this, like, you're actually the 5th person I've heard say this, and I hate Olaf as well. And even people that don't hate Olaf were like, it's just a waste of time because it's half an hour before the fucking movie starts. I'm not going to see Coco in theaters because of it, just straight up. There's no way now.
I mean, I will say, I really liked Coco. I think Coco is worth seeing.
I'm not sitting through half an hour of Olaf's bullshit to get to.
It's half an hour long. I think it's definitely longer than the average one because they fit like it's a musical as well, and there's like at least 3 songs in that.
It's 20 minutes long, 21 minutes long, because
Oh my
apparently it was a
God.
TV
Wow, that is
short.
long. I'm used to those things being like 10 at most.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of funny because the other Pixar movie that came out this year, Cars 3,
Yeah.
it's serviceable. Like it's better than Cars 2. I went and saw that, but
I feel like that's
short
not
in front of
hard.
that, Lou is really great. So it's kind of like the complete opposite scenario. I'll say that. So if you have a chance to see Cars 3 on DVD or something, watch the animated short, Lou. It's really great. But anyway, Coco's good. It looks beautiful. It's funny. They mix things up a lot, and it pulls at the heartstrings at the end. Like I was tearing up.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people say that for sure. So yeah.
It's a great time. And it's all Mexican culture. I'm kind of curious how much of it is like faithful to Mexican culture, or if they were just like stereotyping the hell out of it. I wouldn't know. Obviously, I don't have any background history with that, but I'm kind of curious how respectful that was. But I enjoyed it. It was a good time.
Cool.
Good songs.
Cool.
John, what was the favorite thing you ate?
Turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing.
I feel like it's always the safest bet is just to say turkey anyways.
Well, I mean, you don't have to be safe. If you liked something more than turkey, you're welcome to say turkey.
Well, I mean, like, we had like some good dessert pies and stuff like that.
Did you have that marshmallow thing that we always talk about every year?
Yeah, I had that again.
What
It's always
marshmallow
weird.
thing?
I don't
Sweet
even
potato
know.
fry, or not? Sweet potatoes that are just covered in marshmallows.
Okay.
Actually, now I think about it, John's usually not on the Thanksgiving one because he's usually away.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, we had that again, and I still wished it was just sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of the creamed corn I had this year.
Okay.
That was probably the standout that I got.
Cool.
And the drive down and up was bumper to bumper the whole way, so they each took an additional 2 hours.
Oh.
So that was great. Yep.
Great.
Yeah, I saw pictures on Twitter of just like LA just being backed up the hell.
Yeah, it was. Normally that drive is supposed to be 5 hours. Going down was like 8.5.
Ew.
Coming back was 7. And yeah, it sucked. It sucked.
Man. Well.
But anyway, I'm sure other stuff's been going on, like video games, which is what this podcast is about. And if you're wondering what podcast this is, 13 and a half minutes into it, it's the Top Down Perspective.
Yep.
Seems like a good time to say that.
We got John Wheeler, we got Paul Fleck, we got Sean Booker.
Yeah.
We got like 1 month till like Game of the Year talks. We got to actually, because I keep forgetting to bring it, we got to talk about the community Game of the Year stuff.
No, next week.
After the show. Or we'll talk about it next week or whatever.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant we should bring it up now. It's like, no.
I'm saying we need to talk about it.
Oh,
I keep
us.
forgetting
Yeah,
to
yeah.
talk to-
No, we
us
can
three
do
need to
that.
talk about it.
I was planning that next week's show we would give the links and start
That's
that.
probably what we'll do. We usually start, beginning of December, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's November 26th, 2017. And let's go with what I've been playing first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Change.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What have I been playing? I've been playing some Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, me
I think
too.
I'm done playing Animal Crossing Pocket
Yeah,
Camp.
that's fair.
Yep. I played about... I had probably 2 solid days of like, yeah. And then I had one like, all right, kind of just doing it. And then today I opened it up for about 5 minutes and was like, I don't think I need to keep playing this game.
Are you hit with the 48 and up hour waiting times now?
Oh, no. Nowhere near that.
What level are you?
Oh,
10?
Okay, I'm
Oh,
19.
wow.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
You guys enjoyed this game far more than I did.
No, it's just that I have more downtime at work where I can just do 1 or 2 things and then go back to work.
Okay.
And I was on vacation and my Switch was in use.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can see that. My Switch has definitely been in use. My girlfriend's been like super into Stardew Valley in a way I have not even seen before.
Yeah,
It's crazy. So I was definitely playing some Animal Crossing. I think it's because I'm playing other mobile games that it's like, well, I could do chores in Animal Crossing, or I could continue with a different game. And I've been more likely playing the other game. But anyway, Animal Crossing, it started out good. Started out fine. I will say it looks great.
Yep.
I love having it on the phone.
Yep.
It's a great looking Animal Crossing.
Yep.
I realized what I missed the most though is just walking around. Just kind of like looking around and being like, yo, what's going on with this tree? Whoa.
The areas are too small, I think, for my liking in this.
Yeah.
And I
just small, they go back too often.
Stuff.
Yep.
And like for the most part, it's like, yeah, I could go here. And also like you have all the fruit. Which like I don't want to start with all the fruit. I want to connect with my buddies.
You run out of the fruit really fast. Yeah, like I have to keep buying fruit from other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for pears. There's so many fucking pears. All the time.
So I have so many peaches. I have like 3 peach trees.
Yeah,
so I think it's different. I think like each player has like 1 or 2 plants they get a ton of. I have a ton of coconuts and a ton of peaches.
I'm guessing the idea is if you're a player that has more of this, you should be selling it on your marketplace.
Yeah, I find like almost all the time I'm listing coconuts and peaches.
Yeah, speaking of my marketplace, I put up a random fish for $15,000. One of you guys should just buy that, because like I think that'd be funny. If
I'm gonna be real with you. $15,000 isn't that much.
It's
you're not. But the problem is you're not going to have it that much, because if you have that much, you're probably saving up to pay off the loan, right?
I didn't even know about the loan.
I haven't taken out a loan yet.
I swear that penguin tricked me into doing it because he was like, "Hey, you want to like expand your van?" And I was like, "I guess. I think I've gone in my van all of one time, but sure." And then he's like, "All right, that'll be 10,000." And I was like, "Whoa, okay. Well, I have 10,000. Here you go." And I haven't talked to that guy since.
Yeah, he's basically the Tom Nook of this game, like with all the expansions for your RV.
Also, speaking of Tom Nook and KK Slider, they're like useless.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking, so you get the chairs. I was like, okay, which one do I want? Because I'm not buying any tickets. So which one do I want? And I was looking online, and KK Slider will sit at your campsite and play some music, and Tom Nook will just sit there and sleep.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep.
What?
Yep. It's too bad too, because it starts off so great with KK Slider just being like, if you were to go on vacation, what do you think you would do? Then you answer, he's like, right on, man. Just like, okay, this is starting off great.
I get you.
This is actually a job. This is Animal Crossing. It's just a job I downloaded, basically.
Yeah. And it's like, which to be fair, like Animal Crossing, it's supposed to be like chore related. You're supposed to turn it on in the morning, do 30 minutes of like pick my fruit, do a little bit of fishing, pick up the shells that are there, and then I'm good for the day. And now it's just like, oh hey, look at this cool pig lady. Wait, you want me to make you 5 pieces of furniture? Like they're all assholes.
Yeah.
Every character is like a total jerk.
And they require you to talk to them all the time, which would be okay if not for the fact that every time you talk to them, it's basically just them saying either a random nonsense blurb or telling you how you can like pay money to speed up crafting. It's like,
what's crazy though is you need to pay those tickets to do chores for them. That is an absolutely bonkers. You
don't have to. It just expedites everything.
But just the idea of like, hey,
I know.
I'll give you $1 if you let me go find some fish for you.
Yeah.
Like what? What is the real life equivalent of that?
Yeah.
Like an actual slave,
a
butler. A confused slave.
You're a butler.
But the butler gets paid. This is a butler who pays you.
Yeah.
That's a confused butler.
This game though is like, just for my work week lifestyle, fits perfectly, because on the bus I play Battle Chef Brigade, which I'll talk about later, like my Switch essentially. But then at work, because it's on my phone, it just looks like I'm checking a text message every now and then, but I'm actually doing chores in Animal Crossing between things I need to do. So I'm already playing it for about 8 hours a day in like 2-minute spurts or whatever here and there, right, throughout my work day. And then, like, I don't play it at all when I get home. So I imagine if that keeps up, I'll probably be having... Like, I got, like, 17 levels this week, and I haven't played it at all this weekend, because I'm waiting for something to build.
Your levels slow down significantly the farther on you get. I'll tell you that. Because, like, the pool of animals you get just keeps, like, growing and growing.
It doesn't seem like there's ever any stop. There's so many animals. And I don't care about any of them.
Apparently there's like 40.
Okay.
I mean, I probably have close to 10 or 12.
What's everybody's favorite animal that they have?
I'm not that far into it.
That penguin with the sick like sports jacket.
Tex?
Oh, okay. Tex. That's a good name. I liked his name.
I like Tex.
Tex is also like one of the few that gives you cotton. So
yeah.
Which one of them is the cotton machine? He's my favorite.
Well, no, that's pretty much it. Because like someone put out like a guide of like what animal gives what.
Yeah.
I think only 2 animals give like preservatives or something crazy like that, and like 6 give cotton or 4, and then like 15 give wood, and like 11 give steel or something crazy.
I had a loss of steel for a while there.
Yeah. I was
like, hey, can you please make me this green desk? It takes 15 steel. I'm like, what is in this desk?
Yeah, I think I need like 150 for like a closet. And I'm like, what the fuck closet am I making here?
Can we all agree that the cool tent is the ugliest thing I've ever seen?
It has flames on it. I'm all for it.
This black tent with flames on it.
Yeah,
that is the actual worst thing.
The actual coolest thing, for sure.
But then you get a skate park for making it 3 times.
A street scene where there's somebody busking in an alley. Basically.
Oh no! Yeah, you're totally right. It's the sports one that's the half pipe. I forgot.
I want the treehouse, so I have to make the cute tent.
Yeah. All right.
But I kind of think I'm done playing the game though. To be honest.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
I'm trying to see if I can hit cap. Like I'm trying to figure out what level cap is.
So you're enjoying it though?
It's a good time waster. Like I'm not playing anything else on my phone.
It is a good time waster. I will confirm.
It's just everything I want from Animal Crossing just doesn't seem to be in there. Like I said before, it's like the walking around my town and just coming across like random things like, oh, there's something in the ground here. What's that going to be? Or like working on a collection in the museum. That's not there, which that would have been easy to put in there.
Yeah.
There's no haircuts. Like the customization is weirdly small.
I'm not a fan of that.
What else? I know custom clothes are coming eventually, so I'm sure they'll put more into it. But I think the big one is just kind of like running around town. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed running from place to place and just like coming across this person as opposed to like knowing exactly, oh, they're right here and you don't have what they need. Like it's like this weirdly streamlined.
It's a super cynical like mobile version of Animal Crossing, like that they just like made. Generic game. Oh, we have this property that can work with it. Let's throw Animal Crossing characters in. It's weird.
I just feel like they took out like all the quieter moments from Animal Crossing
and charm.
Like distilled it down to like this math equation.
No, totally.
Where it's just like, I mean, I was fine doing these, but I needed a bit more around it, and they took like they trimmed all the fat. And I sometimes you want some fat on that meat. You know.
Yep. No,
where's Captain? Seriously, where's Captain?
I mean, there are a lot of people missing.
Yep. Yeah. Although they might be in there, I just haven't unlocked them yet. I don't know.
That's true. And even as I say this, like there's going to be a holiday event. There's going to be something at New Year's, and I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wish there was more.
I like how Tex Out calls you Picante. Yeah, me too. I want to see how they evolve it as well.
You guys put any money
some
into
guy
it?
that. No, God, no.
Nope.
There's nothing in it worth money right now.
Yeah, I haven't even like. Usually, I'm not a person who cares at spending money on a free-to-play thing, but like I haven't had any reason to, at all.
Yeah, like the one thing I'm really missing out on is I guess getting Tom Nook, but that sucks. So I don't want him
because like there's no difficulty to the game, so like why do you need to put money in? Like that's my logic. It's like if it makes something easier, like in Record Keeper you could get better items if you bought like stuff, so that made sense. And this is DNA, so it's like they know what they're doing ish.
The quarry is just actual horseshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quarry's pretty awful.
Yeah.
Like you need 5 friends to help you out, which is easy to get 5 friends to help
Of
you out
course.
because like why not? Or spend 20 tickets, which don't do that.
Yeah.
And then your reward is not fun. Like hit these 5 rocks and you'll get I don't know what 2,000 bells, which as we said before,
Wow,
bells
you've
aren't
been
really
doing real good if you're getting 2,000.
I did it one time. I got 1,500, so I assumed I didn't do great, but maybe
I've walked out of there with like 600.
I guess I got good on the one time, but maybe that's how they get you. They get you real good on the first one. You think, oh, this is easy.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that just sucks.
Also, the friend thing only works once a day, so
Yep.
which also sucks.
I just have no desire to go back in it. Like I don't even you don't even get that many bells. Like bells aren't even that hard to come across. It seems.
Yeah, like I've been selling a bunch of things, and honestly, that's been helping make money too. And also, if you hit like help people to go into the quarry, if they go in like after you've given them helping hand, you get 100 bells for free.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why. Those were
And
headed my way.
if you give them help, but they've already done it, or like they aren't going in for the rest of the day, you get 10 anyway. So like, if any, like just basically check your whole friends list, help them all, and then you'll just get like a couple thousand bells for free, basically.
The marketplace, whenever I like select something to put up there, it gives me like a default number. Is that a good number to go with, or like because I've never have any idea? So that's why I have like
I always set. I think they default it to max value is what they do,
okay.
and then you have to set it to what you want. I've been putting everything up at max value.
Yeah, like I put a fish there and it was like this is 15,000, and I was like, who's gonna spend 15? Okay, I'll trust you. Maybe I got super rare fish.
Some guy on my friends list has a fish up for 30,000 bells. I'm like, that is never selling. You've wasted your market box, basically.
At that point, it's like, I mean, if I had a museum, maybe I want to get these rare fish. Maybe I would spend 30,000 to help my museum collection. But there's not even a collection thing in there. That's got to be the easiest thing to put in there.
Maxed out your backpack?
What is the max for the backpack?
I don't know. That's what I want to know because I've done a lot of backpack slots.
I'm at like 155, 160.
Yeah, I'm about the same.
Like every 5 levels, you get an extension or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought like 1 or 2, but like they're also a little pricey for tickets.
Yeah, I don't use tickets for anything else, so.
I bought KK because I didn't realize he was pretty useless.
Yeah, I didn't buy either of them.
I bought KK because I didn't have any use for the tickets, and I also bought more crafting slots.
That's fair.
Yeah, the crafting slots are huge.
You have to buy the crafting slots.
Yeah.
You have to buy the crafting slots.
Well, I don't have to.
Well, if you want to get through the game at a reasonable pace.
Yeah, you got to min-max.
Which I don't really.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I wish it had lasted me longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird because I don't hate the game. It's just kind of like I'm just so like meh.
I feel like my madness towards the actual Animal Crossing games is probably the reason I'm okay with playing this instead of being like, yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see because I have a fondness for these like specific things from the games, and if you were just like whatever before, then you're not really missing anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess I'll wait for the Switch one, but then everyone's just. But then I see my girlfriend playing Stardew Valley, and I'm like, isn't that it? Like Stardew Valley ate Animal Crossing's lunch. You know what I mean?
Even though Stardew is basically just Harvest Moon.
But I mean, Animal Crossing was kind of Harvest Moon as well.
Yeah,
that's what I always compared it to when people ask what it was.
Yeah, that's not a bad point.
Or The Sims. Sometimes I would say it's kind of like The Sims.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, playing that.
Cool.
That's Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Sticking with the phone, I'm playing Bury Me, My Love.
This is that depressing one, right?
Yeah, so it came on my radar. When
with a name like that, it sounds cheery as shit.
Actually, from what I understand, it's a translation from something in Arabic, and it actually is supposed to be something more upbeat.
Upbeat?
Like it's, I heard this real briefly. I can't remember where it was exactly. But apparently the full the correct title or whatever is more upbeat or whatever. Anyway, that game is Lifeline.
Yeah.
To the point where it'll like text you what they're saying, and it's all a text message screen, and you're basically just following the path of this woman as she is a refugee in I forget what country she starts in. Syria or something.
She's
in the Middle
a
East.
Syrian refugee. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's just trying to like get away, and she kind of ends up getting into one trouble after another. And you're just kind of you're saying pretty generic things. I don't really think I have much choice in what she can do.
Right.
But it's more just like you're just like reading the story for the most part, and it does the whole like kind of real time thing. Like right now, I can't do anything because she's busy. I think she's like sleeping. It was the current thing. She was in a concentration camp at one point. Blah blah blah. Sure. Anyway, it's an interesting little game. Yeah, it came onto my radar when we were going through the Game Awards, and then I think someone else had mentioned it as well. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. It was like $3, so I'm playing through that. If you like story stuff, if you like Lifeline, I think this is probably one of the more interesting Lifeline games that have been out in a while, but I haven't played all the Lifeline games.
Yeah.
So that's Bury Me My Love.
Apparently in an Arabic, Bury Me My Love is an expression that's kind of like take care, don't even think about dying before I do sort of idea, and you would say it when you part ways with somebody. Okay, that sounds closer to what I had heard. Yeah. So like I said, it's more of like kind of an upbeat thing. Sure. I just now finished Mario+Rabbids. Nice. Okay. Nice. Yeah. I will say that final area is too long. It's kind of you don't really see it coming, but they keep adding on a couple more missions more than you're used to, so it feels a bit like a slog at the end. They also start throwing a lot of bosses at you in the end, which I wasn't really having trouble or a ton of trouble with them, but it was just like it just kind of felt a little tedious at the end there, which is kind of a bummer. But for the most part, yeah, that game's great. I'm glad I was able to finish it up. Looking forward to some actual DLC for that. Yeah, sounds cool. And I on the drive down this weekend, I finished SteamWorld Dig 2. 100%? Like, did you do the challenges? Oh no, absolutely not. Okay. I did as much as I could find without like really going out of my way to search for stuff. Yeah. Okay. So I think my completion was like 30-something%. Okay. Sure. That's a cool ending. I didn't see it coming in that way. Like they definitely like finished that game with a bullet, which is kind of cool. Paul, you're right. There's after the hook shot, you get another traversal mechanic. It totally changes it, and it just becomes great. I became like super powerful in that game, and it's really great. That was that's such a delightful game start to finish. I loved having that on the Switch. That is such a great Switch game on the road trip. Yep. I wish I had that on the Switch. I played it on the Switch. Yeah, if anyone's thinking about it and have a Switch or have a PC, I would say Switch. 100%. It's really nice on the Switch there for sure. Yep. And yeah, that was SteamWorld Dig 2, and that's all I've been playing. Cool. Nice. I don't know, John. Sure. All right. So obviously played a bunch of Animal Crossing. I was gone for the week, and my, I guess, soon-to-be in-law nephew, he was playing a lot of Mario Odyssey on the Switch, so I didn't really get to play that much. But I did manage to get in for, I guess it was the ARMS, like, party battle. I forget what the heck they actually called the mode. But basically it was the Splatfest equivalent for ARMS. Oh, what were the two sides? It was basically they focused on two characters. It was like Spring Man and Ribbon Girl. Oh, it's not like a pop culture thing? No. Okay. So the way it works is that like they have a bunch of like it's the standard party mode, but they've added like a bunch of different things. Like you get bonus points if you play as one of the two characters. You can play as anyone you want. And they have like special like weapons. Like if you use these, you get bonus points as well, and you get a rank that goes up. And whatever your rank is at the end of the event, you get a ton of coins for it, so you can unlock more weapons and stuff like that. You can also get special badges and stuff like that. But they've changed it up by like having some of the modes just go crazy. Like every 15 minutes, like a bonus multiplier kicked in, and it would be like, all right, everyone in this match now has maximum super for the rest of the match. So just have fun, see who wins. Okay. All right, you die in one hit in this round, no matter what, for the next 5 minutes. Everyone plays basketball. Like everyone has, like it just goes bonkers. It was actually kind of fun. Frustrating. It sounds like the weird modes in Overwatch when they would do something silly. In a way, it's like it basically turned it into a bit more arcade mode than usual. Yeah. But like you got like a real good monetary reward for it, so you could unlock a ton of arms. Like I got most of the weapons for most characters because of this event, and a bunch of extra badges, which was kind of cool.
At the end of it, they basically said like, "Oh, here's what character got used the most out of the two," and surprise, surprise, it was Springman. I think like by 2/3. So you got a special badge for whoever you played as the most and stuff like that. It was like a neat little thing, and I guess just gonna do this like every month or so. So it's kind of a cool thing. It lasts for 2 days.
Cool.
Fun little mode to try in, and it just gets it let me try out arms I normally wouldn't use, which made me play awful, but it was also like, it's kind of fun in a way.
Sure.
I also played, I already forgot, Battle Chef Brigade. I played it on the flight home.
Yeah, I played a bunch of this.
I like it, but man, do I feel like I'm not good at it.
Yep. And trust me, it gets worse.
I've never played a game. Yeah, I've never played a game where I feel like I have not earned a single victory.
Yep.
As much as Battle Chef Brigade has been.
Yep.
You guys are playing on the Switch, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Not very far. I'm in chapter 2 on, I think, the 3rd or 4th fight.
Okay. Yeah. I know where. I have a rough idea of where you are. So they add a new mechanic or two after where you are still. And
oh god.
It gets rough. That game, you're totally right. Like, so for anybody who doesn't know what Battle Chef Brigade is think like Food Wars or any of these cooking shows, specifically like Chopped or whatever, right? Where
diners, drive-ins, and dives.
No, not that. Like competition shows where two chefs are like cooking something.
So you're saying this game has no Flavor Town?
There's no Flavor Town at all.
There's no Flavor Town.
What is even the point?
There is a lot of Iron Chef though.
There is so much of it. Yeah.
Where's my food goblin?
I mean,
where's my Fieri food goblin?
There's no Fieri so far, at least. I haven't seen a Fieri.
I mean, there's food goblins. I guess.
I hope there's a Fieri fairy. I feel like that would be perfect.
That would be pretty good. Yeah, for sure. The idea is that the Battle Chef Brigade, you're trying to become part of it. You're from like a no-name small town, and you run your parents' kitchen with them, basically their restaurant. And you're trying to try out for this prestigious award and honor to become part of the Battle Chef Brigade. And to do so, you have to go through a bunch of trials and tribulations where you're facing off against opponents, cooking different dishes for judges based on what the judges personally like for taste and flavor, and using like a special ingredient for that match or whatever. And it's kind of like this weird platforming fighting game mixed with a puzzle game.
Yeah, it's a puzzle platformer beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Cooking
but
game.
But they're separate modes. You're not doing the same at the same time.
No, not
it's
necessarily.
The same. It's like
I'm thinking like what was that DS one?
You think Professor Layton or Henry Hatsworth?
Yeah, it's not like you're doing them both at the same time.
Not directly, but sort of like, so basically you get into like a battle and you have like a 5-minute timer on your clock. So you have to go out and like hunt and kill animals to get the ingredients to make it. Right. And you have to keep running back and forth. So you go back to the kitchen, you do the puzzle mode by putting the ingredients in, and then you're like, oh, my score's too low. I need to go get more ingredients. So you run back out, kill more things, or you can just kill them all before you just start making stuff.
Right.
However you want to do it.
Yeah. So things you have to keep in consideration while doing the puzzle mode is, depending on what the judge likes for taste, you have to make sure there are more of that type of gem, basically. You have to make sure whatever ingredient you're given is used at least like once, I think. But
yeah.
And space consideration is actually a thing too, especially later in the game, where the game kind of expects you to be making 3 different meals at one time, like maybe making a sauce in one pan and like the meat in another, and then mixing them to get like bigger scores. It's crazy. It's like,
oh Jesus,
it's super crazy to the point where I don't know how to do it, and I've been fudging my way through it. But
yeah,
it's been
like
working.
That's what's been freaking me out. I was like, I'll make a dish. I'm like, man, I feel like I did pretty good. I got a score of like 140, and I got like the main focus they want.
Yeah.
Then I'll go and they'll show my opponent's dish first, and it's like a score of 400.
Yep.
Oh, but they forgot to put the ingredient in, so now it's cut in half. oh, and they
Yeah.
put the main ingredient or like the main flavor was wrong, so they didn't get any bonus points.
Yeah.
Oh, you got just enough bonus points to beat them by 12. Oh
Yeah.
boy, you're the best. It's like, no.
So, wait, does this
No,
feel
you're
like
fucking teasing me.
does it feel like almost unfair, or is it
No,
like an
'cause-
exciting like, oh,
well,
I
I
just
wouldn't say
I just
unfair
skirted
because-
by?
I wouldn't call it unfair because we've been winning, but
Yeah.
it's just like,
Skirted by, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
it's-
feel like I've learned anything.
It's
Maybe
because the
that's
opponent
best way to
is
put it.
stupid. The opponent every time is the dumbest person in the world because they'll just like use the wrong ingredients or leave poison or something in their dish. They'll do dumb things that makes like minuses just come up. That, like John said, they'll have like a pristine score, best thing ever served, but it's poisonous. Or it's just like you used the wrong flavor or you left bones in it. Like just dumb shit that like I'm sure if you play on a higher difficulty, they probably don't do, and the game's impossible.
Yeah. I'm sure hard must be a nightmare unless you're insanely good at the game.
Yeah. I'm playing on normal. I'm guessing you are as well.
Me too, yeah. I was like, maybe I'll play on hard. And I'm like, no, gut
Nope.
check's telling me to stick on normal, and I'm so glad I did.
Yep, me too.
You guys
So
plan to
glad I
finish
stayed on
it?
normal.
I'm on the last chapter, so yes.
Okay.
I probably will, but I'm gonna have a slow burn on this one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So here's where I'm at. I cleared up a bunch of Switch stuff. Next Switch game, should it be this or Golf Story?
Ooh, but you've been talking about Golf Story for so long. I
Yeah,
feel like you
probably
finally
Golf
need to
Story.
play it.
Yeah.
And I don't think Golf Story is that long.
I heard the problem with Golf Story is that there's not enough golf.
I heard there was too much golf.
Really?
So maybe
'Cause
there's
I
just
heard-
enough golf.
I heard a lot of people are just like, I don't want this RPG garbage. I just want the golf game because that part's fun.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Golf Story is like 14 hours. Never mind.
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
wow.
it was kind of long, like it was RPG stuff.
Oh,
Did either of you guys play Golf Story?
no.
Okay,
That's on my
okay,
list.
Why am I even asking you guys then?
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently, Battle Chef by comparison's around 8 hours.
So I could play
Okay.
Battle Chef twice. That's what you're saying.
Do you want a puzzle
I-
game, though? Because this is
I
a
will say,
puzzle
like,
game.
yeah, the presentation of the game as well is honestly really good. I really like the art style. I really like the voice acting they've got
Yep.
in there.
It's all very good.
I don't know which one to do. I don't know, man.
Golf Story.
I feel like knowing you, Golf Story.
Yep.
That's right. I'm always playing golf games, so of course.
You're all about it. I never hear.
But I
you-
mean, you're
you
never
go-
playing
you just yell
Bejeweled.
4 out of nowhere.
So, I don't know. Maybe. Are you overall liking it, though, so far? Battle Chef Brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I feel like it's weird being like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is not being explained well enough to me, or I just haven't figured it out well enough. I'm also worried
Yeah.
what happens when you actually lose a battle, because they said like you need 7 wins to qualify, but if you get 3 losses, you're out.
Do you want me to tell you?
Does it just not matter and you restart if you fail?
You just rematch.
I had a feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Which
of
is a bummer. Yeah.
Are you guys liking the story? I hear it's pretty story heavy.
It's very story heavy. It's very
I
anime.
feel like the story hasn't gotten to a good point yet for me.
Right.
I feel like but there's like, what, 6 chapters or 7?
6.
Okay, yeah, so I've got plenty of time. I'm still in chapter 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It starts to pop off at the end of your chapter, so. But, I don't know, man. It's dumb cooking animation. Like, so.
But like
take
in
that
a
as you
good
will.
way?
Yeah,
Like,
it's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like doing like the puzzle mode where you go
Yeah.
to the shop. That's been fun.
Puzzle mode's great. Actually, all of those modes. The hunt is okay. The hunt's
Yeah.
weird, though, because they don't give you any challenges. It's just like hunt 12 things. Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
it's more like a tutorial, basically. That's like the
Yeah.
combat tutorial, basically.
Yeah.
And the other 2 are meant to help you figure out weird combinations to do and like what will get you good points.
Yeah.
Like secretly, the side modes are the tutorial. It's just they pretend that's not what it is.
And then the other one where you're a line chef is just to make money, to buy different stuff. So there's different items you can get as well in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you bought any of that stuff yet?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've gotten a bunch of the pots. I almost went into a match with all 3 of the colored pots,
Yeah.
but then before I went, I'm like, wait, I should probably go to practice in case like I can't get rid of the bones. And sure enough,
Yeah.
so thank God I did that.
Yeah, no kidding. Have you seen the cutting board yet?
No.
Okay, I think that's your next item that it'll teach you to use. It's cool.
Okay. I was gonna say, I thought you meant like an item you get for beating a person, because like you
I
can
don't
pick
think
different
so.
order of people. You can pick the players in a different order, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I like the people you face off against. They're just dumb anime characters. They're
Pretty
so
much
good.
everyone's like a cliche. It's real good.
Yeah. I really like the girl with the like Iron Giant type guy that has a teapot as a head or something.
Oh, I'm not seeing this one yet.
She's just a character that you can face off
Okay.
against.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty dumb.
Yeah,
stuff.
I still have the Hawk Girl and the dwarf.
Which one's the dwarf?
The dude who's like sitting in the alley and he won't talk to you until you've won a couple matches.
You know what? I didn't ever face him. You'll have to tell me what he gives you.
Right. Like he finally started talking to me now after I've got 2 wins. So I was like, oh man, maybe I'll challenge him this time.
Yeah. I wish there was a few more options you could do. Like, at the end of every night, you go to your room, and there's a table there, and she basically just says, I should write my parents, I'll do it next time.
And then never does it, yeah.
I wish that, like, they put it in where there was just, like, a throwaway option where you can sit there and write your parents or not, and that'll, like, have a throwaway line. Like, I wish there was a little more of that little stuff in there. But, yeah, I like that game. It's really cool.
For what it is, it's pretty fun, yeah.
Presentation, I think, is the key for that game, though. Because, like, yeah, mechanically, it's hard. I feel like it probably doesn't do itself a whole lot of favors by teaching you how to, like, do stuff properly, and it just kind of feels rubber bandy, like you're going to win as long as you don't fuck up completely.
Yeah.
And that's a bummer, because it doesn't feel like you've ever really triumphed. There's a few matches later where it's like, oh, these are really good chefs, but of course, because they're kind of like quote-unquote end bosses type of matches, right? They're not actually end bosses, they're just that, like, better chefs. But for the most part, it takes too long, I think, to really get to that point where you feel like, oh, this is actually a challenge now, and I don't feel like they prepare you for that challenge correctly. They don't, like, I don't know. I wish it cracked the whip a little bit more and, like, made it easier to fail or whatever, so you had to get good at doing a certain thing or thinking a certain way, and they don't really do that, which is its biggest problem.
Have you tried any of the daily challenges or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
They're on the main menu.
No, I haven't actually seen the main menu since I started it. It's just in, like, home mode.
Yeah, I couldn't do it because I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I never tried it out.
Oh, fair enough. I should try that. That sounds like it might be okay. I'll see. But it's definitely the type of game that give it like a week and look it up on YouTube and see like the people that are professionals at it, and it'll be amazing. Like, it'll be the most mind-blowing shit you'll ever see, probably.
Yeah, it'll be a good watch.
For sure.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. So, Paul, what about you?
Yeah, I finished off Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. And man, is that a disappointing ending. I wish I could talk about it.
Really? No!
Well,
Don't
because,
say that!
No, it's set up, right, for what's to come. But, like,
God, is it sequel bait? Really?
That's the problem, is that it just kind of stops. Also, what I will say, the more annoying thing about the ending is the song they have playing during the credits is the worst cover song I've ever heard in my life. It's so bad.
I heard the song is pretty annoying, yeah.
It's a cover of We're Not Gonna Take It by, like, some band I've never heard of before, and this is their only thing they've ever done that's big, and it's fucking terrible.
Okay. Wow.
It's so bad.
I did get this game on Black Friday.
Cool.
So hopefully starting that.
So, yeah, when you play through
soon.
it, we should have a discussion of it for sure.
I gotta do Nier first.
Yep. Which I actually just stopped playing a little bit earlier to do this podcast. I was playing it earlier today. Okay. And so I started up Nier Automata again. It is very good. It hooked me again, so I am stoked to play more of that. And that game is just more really dumb anime bullshit with amazing fighting mechanics and RPG elements in it. It's just so nice. I am having a few difficulties with the PC version where it is consistently wanting to switch between keyboard and controller a lot, so all the prompts are weird and, like, kind of do this, like, flashing thing. I don't know why it's doing that, But other than that, it's pretty unoptimized for PC as well. So there's a few weird micro stutter issues here and there. But it hasn't crashed yet, which is more than I can say for Wolfenstein 2. That game crashed a lot on me.
What?
So, yeah. Well, it's Bethesda. I never expect Bethesda to do a PC port well. It's fine. It's fine. Not a whole lot to say about Nier without talking major spoilers, and you're about to play it, so we're not gonna... Where did you leave off, if you remember? Was it the carnival, you said?
So I finished the carnival part.
Oh, okay, you finished that part.
Yeah.
That part's so good.
I mean, it's mainly just kind of like a boss. I guess there's that roller coaster part, which was kind of interesting.
That roller coaster part's so
It's really
good.
short, though. The carnival just looks really nice.
It's really nice. The music there is so good.
I can say I got ending H.
Okay, I don't remember which one that is.
Okay, there's a part after the carnival where it's not like a true ending. You have to do something kind of dumb to get it.
Is it the one in the robot camp?
Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But like if you looked up how to get ending H, you'll know kind of exactly where I'm at.
Okay.
So that's I can kind of say that.
Is that the only ending you've seen?
The only ending I've seen.
Okay.
I understand the very beginning you can get an ending, and I didn't know that.
Right.
So I missed that one.
There's some pretty stupid endings you can do that
ending H was nothing, like it was pretty stupid as well. So
okay.
But
fair enough.
So
You're
anyway,
liking
I
it,
definitely
though,
plan
right?
to play that. I was gonna play that earlier, but I just ran out of time. But that's kind of the game I am head down playing at home right now is Nier.
Yeah. I am looking forward to hopefully maybe beating it around the same time, and then maybe we can do either a spoiler cast or just talk about it offline or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds good.
That'll be dope. Okay, Battle Chef Brigade, Animal Crossing. The other thing I've been playing is Battle Right. Finally came out of their early access thing, and it is now officially out, free-to-play game that is the most literal sense, or literal version of the word MOBA, the term MOBA. It is a multiplayer online battle arena where you're just 2 or 3 dudes against 2 or 3 other dudes fighting in an arena using abilities without any creeps or leveling up or any of that horse shit. It's just a battle. It's just an arena mode sort of thing. And it's really, really good. There's no RNG stuff in it. Everything is all based on skill and just knowing how to play and time stuff and get out of the way of things. And yeah, really cool game. I highly recommend people just check that out because it is free to play, and not a whole lot I can say about it unless you are into that sort of thing, in which case you should probably just try it out for yourself. I don't know if there's a 1v1, which is the one problem I'll say with it. There might be, but I've been playing it with another person, so I know for a fact that it's just 2v2 we've been doing. And there's also 3v3, I know as well. But I think another big thing about it is that a lot of people have been, a decent amount of people have been playing it. I think it was 3.5 to 5,000 concurrent, all the time, which is pretty good for a free-to-play MOBA game that doesn't really have a name behind it, and its title is terrible. The name Battle Right is just a fucking bad name, but they're making it work somehow, so good for them. Yeah, I think people should just check that out. If you wanted to try to do a MOBA ever, but we're just I don't want to do this whole lane thing or with creeps and getting experience and buying items and shit, it's just the very basics of you and another person against 2 other people or whatever. Really cool. That's all I've been playing, though.
All right. Sounds good. Let's do some news.
Yeah.
Start with a big one. I didn't see this one coming. To the Moon 2 got a trailer and release date. That thing is coming out December 12th, which I am stoked for.
Yep.
I did not expect it to be so soon. Did you watch the trailer, Paul?
I have not yet, no.
Okay, they're in the trailer. They're at the moon and there's aliens or something. But then the main character wakes up. So was it a dream? I don't know. I have no idea what that game's gonna be. Because if they were on the moon, that'd be way different than what To the Moon 1 was.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't care. I loved To the Moon so much. I cannot wait. So December 12th. is when it's coming out.
Yeah.
No pricing or anything. I'm assuming it's gonna be like $10 or $15, knowing the last one.
That'll be cool, I think.
Games with gold for December.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty lame. We got Warhammer End Times.
That game's
Vermintide.
amazing. Like, that game's actually really good. So.
Okay, I haven't heard anything about it.
It's
How about
Left
Back
4
to
Dead.
the Future?
Back to the Future is not very good.
Yeah,
I played that first episode, and I didn't like it. So
yeah. Actually, for the 360, you get Child of Eden, which that game's pretty good. It's short, but that's a cool game.
Yeah.
And
what is this last one?
Marlowe Briggs and the Mask of Death.
Hell yeah. That's
what is this?
It's a blaxploitation type like
I'm looking at this box art. What is this game?
It's like a blaxploitation Uncharted game, but it's an Xbox arcade thing, so it's not like a giant.
Are you sure this is not blaxploitation God of War? Because the HUD makes it look a lot like God of War, and like you're covered in the same paint, and you're like breathing
it very
ice
well could be.
onto fire.
I just remember seeing a bunch of stupid action set pieces for it.
This game came out in 2013.
Yep. I've been back and forth on whether I should pick it up forever, and now I'll just download it, I guess. So
get it for free. Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, here's kind of a weird one. New Pixel Junk game, a new port of Pixel Junk Monsters is coming to mobile platforms. It's going to be free to play, and they're kickstarting it.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking this up right now.
Yeah, this is just kind of weird. I haven't really seen something like this. All their backer tiers are in yen.
Sure.
Which is, I mean, it's not a big deal. But let's see. So for $1, rough translation, you get like a thank you. Oh, it actually even says how much it's going to be. So for about $9, you get a
greetings and gratitude pack. You get a special
wallpapers
thanks
for your phone
and wallpapers. Yep. Oh, and a private Facebook group invite. So there you go.
Right.
Good.
Let's see, for $18, early access to the game, as well as what is this, board game download version of some board game?
I don't know. Downloadable Monsters board game.
Whatever that means.
Don't know.
Is that just twice? There's another $18 tier. Oh, it's probably for the Android version. Okay.
I see.
I don't know. These are all pretty lame. It's just this is just weird that it's a Kickstarter for a free to play game.
Yep.
Which I'm assuming like the big draw would be you would get like in-game currency that you'd have to pay for anyway. Although as I go further and further down, none of these tiers includes that. They're like t-shirts and plush dolls.
Yeah.
2 times prototype invite from Valentine's Day. What does that even mean?
I saw that Valentine's Day tier.
All right, good. There's so many tiers. I'm going to go to the bottom one because I want to see. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
For about $4,490, you get the Kyoto Journey Pack. Come to Kyoto and take a tour of the Q Games studio. Talk with Dylan Cuthbert and the team about making games, life in Japan, and much more. Later, have a traditional dinner with the team at Hoyote, a 3-star Michelin restaurant that has food for 400 years. That's a weird phrasing.
You'll be eating there forever.
Yeah, and this includes, so you get the tour and dinner, whatever the prototype invite from Christmas is. Oh, I guess that's probably the early access kind of thing.
Yeah.
Your name in the game, 5 hand-painted tower miniature.
There's a picture of the miniatures right beside it here, too. Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. You get a t-shirt. You get another t-shirt. You get a dress. What?
Yes.
A plush doll. You get the board game.
Yep.
The deluxe printed version.
Yep.
The Facebook invite.
Oh, thank God.
Thanks. And 2 smartphone wallpapers.
Amazing.
So literally none of these are like, you get like 50,000 in-game credits or something. So even if you want to play this game without like ads or any like loot box bullshit, you can't.
That's $5,700 Canadian for that pack. Amazing.
Whoa.
Amazing.
This is a weird thing. This is a weird. Oh yeah, it really is a dress. I'm looking at the picture.
Well, it sounds like the trip to Japan takes a while.
Does it?
Yeah, three-night hotel stay. Yeah. Oh, but airfare not included.
Great.
What?
Amazing.
Are you kidding?
Airfare to Kyoto not included.
I was just about to say you could probably find a cheaper flight than $4,000, like easily, but this is not even included. Okay, all right. Well, has anyone bought that? Nope.
No. I hope nobody does. I kind of hope this fails too.
A lot of people bought the I guess $900 one.
Oh God.
One person bought the 100,000 yen, so the 1,000 Canadian one.
Yeah, I saw that one. Fuck.
At the moment, they're about a tenth of the way. They got 23 days to go.
How long has this been up?
Well, I think it's usually about a month they get, right? So probably about a week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, that's a weird thing.
I hope this fails. I hate everything about this. Ugh. Okay. Anyways,
all right,
some better
Splatoon 2
news.
got a big update.
Yeah.
And cheerier news.
4 new battle stages, including Mako Mart, which I think was in the first game, right?
The shopping mart? No, I believe that's a new stage.
Okay. Well, I think one of these was in the last one I heard.
Yeah, at least one's from the old game.
Schellendorf Institute, Walleye Warehouse, and Arowana Mall.
The mall and the warehouse, I believe, are from Splatoon 1.
Okay. This pirate ship looking one looks kind of cool. There's a new Salmon Run stage. You get new gear, new battle music, new hairstyles, higher level caps, new amiibo functionality. Ooh, what is that? Tapping a compatible amiibo figure after the update will let players take and share in-game photos. What? In preset locations in battle stages. Okay, that doesn't sound good at
And
all.
interest is gone.
Weird.
I was literally being like, oh, did they do something cool? No, they didn't. Convenient gear swapping. Oh, yeah. You can finally change your loadout in between matches without exiting the mode.
Thank God, because that's
It only
been a
took
thing.
two
games
to get that. 2 games. New game mode, Clam Blitz. In Clam Blitz, competing Inklings are tasked with collecting clams scattered around the stage. After one is picked up, the clam follows the player. The objective is to throw the clam into the basket near the opponent's base. The first team to score 100 points wins. But of course, this being the fiercely competitive world of Splatoon 2, things are not as easy as they seem. The baskets are protected by a barrier, which must be destroyed first. So it's kind of like a bit of like a capture the flag mode.
Yeah.
Or like a basketball mode. I don't know.
They also added prestiging into Splatoon.
Oh, that's right. I heard that as well. Yep.
Yeah, so when you hit level 99... Oh, yeah. After the update, the new maximum level will be raised to 99. If you talk to Judd, when you reach level 99, you'll have the option to reset and have your level display as level star 1, so you can continue raising your level again.
Anyone gonna play some more Splatoon 2?
I mean, I'll probably load up Splatoon 2 every now and then, but like I'm not hitting cap by any means. Usually when I play, I enjoy playing the Salmon Run.
I still never played Salmon Run.
Salmon Run's really fun. I just really hated that schedule timing thing they had. I don't know if they ever fixed that. Probably didn't.
Maybe in Splatoon 3.
Hmm.
Valkyria Chronicles 4 was announced. So if people who like that series, Switch, PS1, 4, and Xbox One. And the last one, this was a weird news story. So you guys remember I talked about HQ a few weeks ago, that live trivia game show?
Yep.
So the guy on there, Scott, who I kept saying it's this weird coked out dude shouting trivia at you.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to try and interview him. I forget which. The Daily Beast wanted to try and interview him to be like, because Scott's gotten real big, and whenever Scott's not on there, everyone's just shouting, "Yo, where's Scott? Where's Scott?" Because Scott's the best. Scott is the best host. I will protect Scott.
Okay.
So Daily Beast wanted to be like, just talk to him about like, you know, how things have changed, because he has a YouTube channel. He does like stand up and whatnot in New York, and obviously he's kind of growing in notoriety because of HQ. Like the last one I played, there was like 200,000 people on the app. Yeah, like a lot of people are playing HQ now. Anyway, so they reached out, they interviewed him for a bit, and then they reached out to the CEO at HQ, one of the developers of Vine, just to run through like, hey, you know, our story is just about done. We're going to publish this. We wanted to see if you had any comment on it. And the guy said, you cannot publish this or Scott will be fired.
What?
Wow. Okay.
Then they were like, oh, well, if you would like to, and he's like, send me what you're going to publish, which that they don't do. I don't, a news publication wouldn't do that.
They really wouldn't
so
do that.
They kind of sent like, well, here's some of the things we talked about with him. And some of the things was like how Scott was like, you know, I'm not like super big. I don't get noticed when I go down and get a salad from like Tender Greens. And the CEO, who, let me get his name. What was it?
Okay.
Yusupov.
Yeah.
Yusupov, that's his last name. I forget what his first name is.
Ross or something. Roos. By the looks
Roos?
of it. R-U-S.
Yusupov?
Yeah.
Yeah. He basically said, Scott cannot say that. We do not have a deal with Tender Greens. Which is a weird thing to say. Apparently Scott also said something like, people love trivia. Yusupov said, Scott cannot say that people love trivia.
What?
It's true. Nobody's allowed
Yusupov
to say
was saying
that.
things like, if you publish this article, Scott will be fired. Do you want Scott to lose his job? And then at the end of the phone conversation, he goes, oh, by the way, this is off record. Which, no, it's not. That's not how that works.
How that works.
So they changed their article, the Daily Beast, to the article is now Scott might get fired because he was talking to the press, in which case Yusupov came back and made it seem like, oh, I was joking. We love Scott.
Of course.
Why would I want to lose my good man Scott?
Yeah.
Anyway.
What a piece of garbage.
Yeah, it's weird. I think they
Wow.
just kind of know like they got to keep Scott because Scott's the guy.
Sure.
But maybe there's been a lot of fan theories that maybe Scott is kept in a cage and shocked when he needs to come to the app, and maybe this goes and proves that. HQ is still one of the most interesting iOS apps I think this year.
Yeah, it's real cool.
So it's a really weird and silly thing, and Scott, or Quiz Daddy as he calls himself, is easily the best host that
Amazing.
they
That's
put out
pretty
there.
good.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to some questions. We have a bunch because we have all of last week's that we skipped.
Right.
If these questions were sent to us through topdownperspective@gmail.com, on Twitter @TDP Podcast, Facebook group, the Discord channel, and John's P.O. Box. I'll read this first one.
Okay. And after you do that, I have a couple here.
All right. Remember, some of these are about a week old. David writes, Happy Pokemon Day, TDP. I hope anyone that has played Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon have been enjoying it. I know Sean is lame and is skipping it, and Paul pretty much doesn't care about Pokemon. So maybe John, if he's there?
Well, they clearly don't know anything about me.
Yeah, you don't really play Pokemon either.
I like the spin-offs. I don't actually like the main games that much.
Also, I heard that one had like really bad reception. Like people were pretty disappointed in that new Pokemon game.
Really? Because I thought people were saying like they just didn't announce the cool stuff, and when they finally started doing it, it did a little better.
I was hearing like it wasn't a great sequel. They didn't change much. They didn't add a ton to it. It felt more of a cash grab. That's how one article said that. Anyway, I know I'm probably loving it, obviously. Anyways, the point of my letter, y'all were incorrect about Veterans Day. While the Canadian Remembrance Day is about remembering the fallen soldiers, Veterans Day is about honoring our still troops that have served and are still alive. Memorial Day, which is the last Monday in May, is about honoring our fallen troops. In honor of y'all's mix-up, my question is, what game mechanics do y'all often mix up or forget? I know in competitive Pokemon, I often forget the ability Lightning Rod, which redirects pretty much nullifies any electric attacks on the field.
I forget that Mass Effect 1 had grenades on the back button on the Xbox controller, because that's stupid.
Ew.
Yeah, that's right. I forget that Pokemon have special abilities that do stuff in battle.
Yep. Every time. Yep. I forget every time.
I pretty much forget any mechanic that the game makes seem pretty useless. Last night on stream, we were playing this Bugs Bunny travel through time game.
Great.
And you had like a Rayman style helicopter, but all it did was let you fall to the ground directly below you and land quietly.
Okay.
So you couldn't use it to actually like get any forward momentum. So I always forgot what you were supposed to do. And then you had to sneak past this pterodactyl who would like always pick you up if you didn't do it. But the jump was just high enough that you could barely make it normally jumping, so I didn't think to use the helicopter to land quietly, and I just kept getting stuck there trying to figure out what the hell to do.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So like weird little mechanics that seem pretty useless, I usually forget. That's just like a very recent example.
Yeah. Anytime there's a game series where there was a mechanic in the second game, I always forget that like that's where it was introduced. Just small stuff like that where it's like, yeah, you could always do this. It's like, no, you couldn't. They introduced that in like the third game or whatever. I guess like a case in point is Resident Evil. And Resident Evil 3 is the first game where they had a quick 180-degree turn, so you could get away. And I always just forget that like 2 didn't have that.
That wasn't in 1 or 2? Wow, I thought it was.
No. So just stuff like that where a mechanic was introduced, but it's so useful, I forget that like all of a series perhaps doesn't have that, and it's a bummer. That'll be my answer.
All right. I can't think of any others.
I'll take the next question from James. Last time you read the names, Paul had to scroll down through a good amount of pages to get to it. I want to keep all the previous names. I don't want an inconvenience you. Should I start a new Google Doc? Or is keeping it going like this all right? This is all right. It's fine. I can scroll. It's no big deal.
Mm-hmm. Or that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, dude.
Is do what we do for our show notes and just reverse it. So when you have new names, hit page break, and the new names are on the first page.
Right.
So the oldest names are on the bottom page.
Right.
Make sense?
Yep. I mean, you could do it that way too. And just as a heads up, I think the easy way to do that is like Shift Enter in Google Docs or something like that. So
there's also just insert page break, and it's Control Enter.
It's right? Control Enter.
The hotkey.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. You could just do it that way. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me. His second part, I am a Sony kid, with PlayStation being my first console ever. A side effect is that I've never played a Mario Zelda game to an ending. I realize I might be in the minority of more serious gamers, but I don't feel bad about it in the sense I don't pity myself, even though admitting this is hard, because people might be shocked and appalled by that fact. Even though this idea is stupid in the first place, what gaming faux pas would you say you're guilty of? Gaming faux pas.
I never finished Ocarina of Time. I've seen it finished, and I've like sat beside friends who have finished it, but I never finished it myself.
Okay.
I haven't finished a Final Fantasy since 7, and I technically didn't finish 7.
I'm trying to think if I've ever finished. I don't think I've ever finished a Final Fantasy game.
Oh.
I've gotten very close, like last boss, and then they required like, oh, you need about 10 more levels, or you're not going to be able to like finish this. And it was like, well, I'm not grinding that.
Mm-hmm.
I could also apply the same to Zelda. Like I haven't finished a 3D Zelda since Majora's Mask, with the exception of Breath of the Wild. That's the first one to break the trend.
Okay.
So like I've never beat Wind Waker or like Twilight Princess or anything like that.
Skyward Sword.
Mm-hmm. I mean faux pas.
Magical. I don't mean. I know I just finished Final Fantasy V. I literally meant I haven't finished anything past 7 back when that was new. Like I've finished 1 and 2 since I finished 7.
I don't know what my answer would be.
I'd say I have a lot of like blind spots. Like I don't play.
Yeah.
Because I don't play a ton on my PC. There's a lot of games I just miss out on. Like I don't have a great understanding of like MOBAs or RTSs. So I have a lot of like blind spots for sure.
I guess I never finished, just to go off Wiki the Fish's comment, I never finished a Kingdom Hearts game. But the thing is that it's not really a faux pas to me, because I don't care. That's like, otherwise I would have, right? In theory. That's why this question's hard for me every time.
I feel like nowadays it's way easier to justify not beating a game because there's so many games now.
Sure.
Yep.
That's fair.
Yep. Yeah, and the reason I brought up like Ocarina of Time stuff like that is because there's just like, some games that like everyone holds so high up.
Yeah,
and that's probably why he's talking about Zelda and Mario.
No, totally. But the thing is, I'm thinking of games that people hold in high regard, and I usually have played them. I guess like I never played Galaxy 2, Mario Galaxy 2, because I hated Mario Galaxy. Does that even count? Because I played Mario Galaxy, which is the one I think
about. Galaxy 2 is the better game. Okay. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Uh-huh. This is actually a really hard question, weirdly enough. I'm going to move on, though. Assuming I have access to most, if not all, the games in either sales, including Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, which game in each series should I start at? Oh, I see. Okay. Assuming he has access to all Mario or Zelda games in either series, including Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, which series should he start? What game in each series should he start?
This is a good question, because normally I would say just start at the latest one, because then you could be like a part of like the conversation. And
you shouldn't do that with Zelda.
But Zelda and Mario are like Zelda's all about changing everything, so you shouldn't do that one. And then Odyssey is so good about like the nostalgia it's pulling from, you shouldn't do that one either.
Yeah, that's fair. The weird thing is that you could do Odyssey just because it's the best playing 3D Mario, maybe, but you should probably have one other game under your belt, maybe, for that nostalgia. Would be pretty good.
I'd probably say Mario World.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2D Mario World, or Mario World or 3.
I'd say 3.
World, I think, is a little more forgiving than 3 is.
Yeah.
I don't even know about, because if I think like 3D Mario's, like Mario 64 is a good one, but like it's so
64 is aged so bad.
Yeah.
Like
I think like, well, what's the one that would look the best? Galaxy. That's kind of a weird thing to start with.
If he has no frame of reference, does it matter that Mario 64 sucks? Because then when he plays better ones, he'll feel, oh, this is just better.
But that might make him not want to actually play the others.
I know,
that's the trade-off.
It also just look like, what's the best version of that DS one? That's still gonna just kind of look like crap.
No, that one's awful, because like the D-pad makes you go slow. Right. Yeah, you have to use the touchscreen to move fast.
Yeah, so I don't even know where you would start with the 3D ones.
3D Marios. I would maybe just say
Galaxy 2 or 3D World.
Yeah.
Actually, I think 3D World, that's probably what I would recommend. That one.
That's a good one.
3D World is just different enough from the actual 3D Marios that it might feel a little weird, but you'll get the transition, I guess, in between.
Because I think Galaxy is still kind of like every Mario is such a 3D Mario is like quite a different thing from the last one. Sure. And Galaxy, those ones are weird on their own too. But I just don't want you starting with Odyssey. Okay, Zelda.
A Link to the Past is real good. It's real easy to get into, Link to the Past.
Yeah, Link to the Past is a good one for sure.
Probably Wind Waker.
Wind Waker would be great.
HD though, because it speeds up a lot of things.
It's also just easier to.
I've heard that it's actually HD fixes a lot of issues I have with the end game of Wind Waker, which makes me kind of happy to hear.
Yeah,
Wind Waker. I love Wind Waker. Skyward Sword was good. It has a slow beginning, so yeah, probably Wind Waker is probably your best bet. Although, like I said, Ocarina of Time still holds up.
Yeah, I'm okay with Ocarina. Especially if you have it like on 3DS and you can just play it like in the bathroom or on the bus or whatever. Just get a little bit in every time.
2D, I think Link to the Past is probably like a real good start.
I think so.
Minish Cap is good too.
Really, any of the handheld ones is also good, because I was going to say Link's Awakening. Then there's also the Oracle of Ages and Seasons games, which are good and not talked about that much.
Yeah,
I like those games quite a bit.
Yeah, I feel like almost any handheld 2D Zelda is good. Link Between Worlds was also really good, but I feel like if you don't know Link to the Past, you'd lose the nostalgia points that one has.
Yeah, I mean, I still really like Link Between Worlds. That's still such a good one. Don't do the multiplayer ones. Those are just kind of like ancillary.
Yeah, do those like at maybe later date.
Yeah,
with friends
they're fine, but like don't do as your first one. That'd be kind of a weird thing.
For sure.
All right, John, why don't you do your letters?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, we got 3 letters from our mysterious writer.
Okay.
Now the question is, which one is going to be the most recent one? Because, of course, it's a little tricky to tell until I've actually opened them up.
Yeah.
Let's find out here. I've got one dated. Ooh, this one's mostly handwritten. 30th of October.
Okay.
13th of November.
Okay.
And 6th of November. All right, here we go. 30th of October.
Yep.
Bump. Gotta make you understand Undertale and everything. Burnout Paradise was released on January 22nd, 2008. It might have made that 1 week gap a little difficult for you, Sean, so sorry about that. No, you got it, which was an impressive thing.
Yeah.
Sean destroyed all these trivia questions last time.
Yeah, he did.
Champion.
All right. First off, I'm going to be putting both the question and the answer on here from now on. The answer on the back, since waiting for next week's answer means waiting for John's next P.O. Box trip.
Okay.
Also, I lost my pen, so pencil. So this is all written in pencil.
Okay.
The question this time, I got to make sure that the actual answer is not facing the camera. The question this time is simple. What is the second best-selling video game on the second best-selling console of all time?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Best-selling console of all time is probably PS2, right?
Did the Xbox 360 ever outsell PS2? Just as a side note.
I don't know.
Because that was a super popular console.
I think the PS2 is the. My guess is the PS2 is the best one.
I'm pretty sure PS2 sold better than Xbox.
I don't know if you guys follow the YouTube channel Cloth Map from Drew Scanlon of Giant Bomb, but he just went to Brazil and they still sell PS2s down there.
Huh.
And then if anyone's interested in a travel video game documentary series, look up Cloth Map on YouTube.
I didn't realize he had started that yet. So
yeah, he's already gone on like 2 or 3 trips. You should definitely check it out. They're good.
Cool.
So here's the thing now. What does he consider Game Boy? Like, does Game Boy count here? Because Game Boy would technically be up there. So would Wii. Because it
has to be like the highest, right?
It just says console.
Let's assume he doesn't. No handhelds, because we gotta figure it out.
Yep.
I still think PS2 is the number one. You guys don't think so? Like if it's not, what do you think is the number one? If you had to guess,
if it's not PS2, it's Wii. But or actually no, unless Game Boy's in the mix, then Game Boy's going to be the winner.
Well, let's say it's not. We have to make a decision.
Okay.
All right. Or we can go separate. Hang on, I have a cat.
Oh yeah, you for sure.
Okay. I think the Wii would be the first, so I'm going to say PS2. That sounds like it's probably a good number 2. Because that's what he asks, right? The second best-selling or the second best-selling console?
And then you got to pick the second best-selling game on the PS2. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to say the Wii is the second best-selling console.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And the second best-selling game on the Wii.
So the best-selling game on the PS2... I'm trying to think of the big games. Like, which Grand Theft Auto is... the one that sold the most?
San Andreas sold the most
on console on PS2.
Usually San Andreas is the best selling.
Okay.
Over Vice City?
I guess so. Okay.
I'm gonna say Game Boy was the best selling, which means PS2 is second best. GTA San Andreas is probably the best selling on the PS2, so I'm going to say...
That's where I'm at, too. I'm trying to think of what the other big sellers on PS2 were.
Fuck.
Do you think it's like a FIFA game?
Ooh, I didn't even think of that. Could be a FIFA. Could be... shit.
Or maybe like a SOCOM game?
Like a God of War or something?
That's a God of War. I was almost going to say Final Fantasy X.
I doubt it's an RPG.
You know what? I'm going to say GTA San Andreas, assuming that there's one that sold a little bit more, which is why it's a trick question.
I'll say Wii, and I'll say Mario Kart Wii.
Okay. I'm locked
I'm going to say PS2, and I'm going to say... Oh, fuck. What did I say? I'm trying to think of what... There's got to be some glaringly obvious PS2 game I'm not thinking of right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say PS2, and I'm going to say Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay.
Just to go with a very out there answer.
I don't think it's going to be that, but okay.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
It is Nintendogs for the DS.
Wow.
Great.
There's no way.
Both the PS2 and the DS have sold over 150 million units, with the DS only a few million units behind the PS2. On the DS, the best-selling game is New Super Mario Bros. With 30.8 million, then Nintendogs with 23.96 million, and third is Mario Kart DS with 23.6 million.
Okay.
If you don't care for the combining versions, philosophy a la Pokemon, and guessed Mario Kart DS, consider yourself a pseudo-winner.
I didn't know the DS outsold the Wii. Okay.
That makes sense because I was thinking handheld. I'm surprised Game Boy did not beat those though. I thought Game Boy would have been
the DS
way farther.
was super popular. I would have guessed DS over Game Boy. I'm glad I was right that PS2 is the #1 console.
Yeah.
So I knew that one.
Cool.
Good question. All right.
Yep.
Next up, 6th of November. Never gonna give you up.
Yep.
Undertale. Worldwide releases are synchronized nowadays, but back in the 80s, the cat is trying to eat the letter and the answer as a result. Hang on. Back in the 80s, this was further from the truth. Case in point, the NES. How long did it take Nintendo to fully release the NES worldwide? Give or take 2 years. Bonus for how long after release did it take for Japan to discontinue the NES Famicom for them? Plus or minus 5 years.
I have no idea.
For the NES, I want to say 5.
Worldwide. Oof.
I want to say 5 for NES.
Because it came out, the Famicom came out in 83, I believe, or 84. NES came out in North America in 85, 86. But where else? How long did it take to get to Europe?
Oh, right, Europe. They're part of the world, too.
I have absolutely no idea.
I'm still going to stick with 5.
I'll say 6.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna say 6 as well on that one.
Okay. And then what was the second question?
Actually, I'm gonna 4. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go to 5. I'm gonna go back to 5 on that one. I'm gonna go with Paul on this one.
Okay.
Bonus question: how long after the release of the system did it take for Japan to discontinue the Famicom?
Give or take, is this from Japan's release to Japan's cutoff?
Yeah.
Yes. This is give or take 5 years. Now, this one I remember being absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Like I think it's past the millennium when this happened.
That is bonkers.
Oh, really?
Okay, well then I'll say 20 years.
Okay, I was going to say 15. Just as a guess to begin with.
93, 2003. I'm going to say 25.
Okay.
But I think it actually might be more than that.
Okay.
Unless I'm getting this wrong.
So we're throwing a wide net out there.
All right. It took them 4 years to release it worldwide, July 1983 for Japan to July 1987 for Australia.
Oh,
okay.
87.
And it took 20 years for Japan to discontinue the Famicom in September 2003.
Okay.
Hopefully the plus
That's
or minus
crazy.
was generous enough this time. Yes, it was very generous. I think we all got all of them, actually.
We all got it. Yep.
Nice.
Sean was right on with the 20, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Cool.
All right. One last one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I accidentally just saw the answer. So, whoops.
Okay.
13th November, never gonna let you down. Undertale. Paul, I hear you like those Resident Evil games, so let's do a question about them.
Oh,
besides Resident Evil 4, since that would be too easy, which Resident Evil has been released on the most platforms, and how many was it released on? Please note, this does include extra ports like PlayStation Classics.
Okay.
Based off of Kotaku, this is based off a Kotaku article called Resident Evil Games Ranked by Number of Ports, released on September 28th, 2017. Just stating my sources in case Paul gets mad after this.
Okay.
All right, well, if it's not counting Resident Evil 4, then that's actually a really easy answer.
I have no idea.
Is it?
1? Is it 1?
Does director's cut count as 1?
Ooh.
Because
I'm going to assume that counts as a separate thing, because that's technically a second. Because it says, like, this includes extra ports like PlayStation Classics.
Okay, so that would include, like, the GameCube ports as well. Then.
Yeah. But then that's a safe net, because everything.
I know
0 to 4 were on GameCube.
I'm going to say 1, because if director's cut is on there, it's easily the answer, and if it's not, it's still very high.
Okay. What's the answer?
Yeah.
Sorry. I think Paul's wrong on this. Are you going with that answer as well, Sean?
Yeah, I have no idea. So I just said one. Or yeah, why not?
All right. Yeah. Okay. So this was the game I thought it was going to be anyways. It's actually Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
10 platforms.
So they're not counting director's cut then. Okay. That's fine.
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, PSP, Windows, N64, Dreamcast, GameCube, and my personal favorite, and I'm actually saying that, not the note. The note says, and then two weird ones, the Gamecom.
Yeah, the Gamecom version's terrible. I played it actually on stream
what is a
month ago.
You remember Tiger Electronics, those old like black and white LED games? LCD games? Yeah, they made a whole system. It was awful. For some reason, Resident Evil 2 got ported to it, and Symphony of the Night was actually going to get ported to it as well.
Oh, but it didn't? Oh, that sucks.
No.
That would have been funny. Oh,
that would have been amazing to see. The Tiger 99X, which is basically if Resident Evil 2 had a shitty black and white equivalent to that Resident Evil Game Boy Color prototype that leaked ages ago. The more you know. Resident Evil 1 had 9 ports, so that was... I can definitely see why you thought that would have been the answer.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil 4 had 12.
Yeah. No, 1's a lot, for sure. It's a stupid amount of ports. Cool.
All right, is that it for letters?
That's it for letters.
Okay.
Okay, next question comes in from a different James. I was playing Breath of the Wild and got to a part where I found a few statues out in the open. These statues look like the people use them for worship, as they have baskets beneath them that have an apple in them, except one basket was empty. Thinking that this meant something, I went into my inventory, grabbed an apple, and put it in the basket, and what do you know? A Korok appeared. Now my question to you all is the following yes or no question. Is this Korok kind of a dick for hiding and waiting here so he can act like a god to someone who sacrificed an apple?
Yes, the answer is yes.
I feel like I incorporated this because, like, yeah, why did this Korok set it up this way? Like, is he just trying to steal an apple?
See, I was under the impression he ate the apple that was there, and then when you put another one there, he's like, "Oh shit, yeah," and then that's when you catch him.
But why is he hanging around? Like,
I think the whole point is that Koroks love playing hide and seek, and they're just playing hide and seek with anyone. Like, like literally, they're just like, I'm gonna hide, and if whoever finds me,
why set up
they're
the
lucky.
hint? Like, because you would think the Korok found, like, let's say there are 5 statues, 5 apples, and that Korok took one of the apples away, right?
Because that, like, it's got to be fair. That's the only way to make the game fair.
Okay. Well, I know from a gameplay.
If they were,
sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
from
just
like
trying to think what's going on in this Korok's head.
From hide and seek perspective, like, if I were like, okay, if this person stands in this specific spot, they'll find me, but then, like, I don't actually show anything to show that they should stand there, I feel like then I'll be hiding there for the rest of my life. So maybe they're like, I've been here too long, let's actually make this doable for a human being.
Okay. What happens to that apple, though?
I'm sure it, like, I was going to say they eat it, but aren't the Koroks seeds or plants? So, no?
Maybe they offer it to the big tree. All right, Paul, you got this next one?
I do. I just got to scroll down a little bit here. Hopeful Hero wrote in and asked, after recent events, I shall forever call November 11th to 12th, 2017, the weekend where fighting games blew our minds again, thanks to the inclusion of TMNT for Injustice 2, and Noctis and Lucius Calum for Tekken 7 via DLC, especially after Cloud's reveal for Smash 4 that happened the same day 2 years ago. It caused a split reaction among the fan bases for these games, some getting excited about these characters showing up in other games, while others are a bit bitter over their inclusion, which I can understand. TMNT inclusion for Injustice 2 over Spawn, who's been heavily requested for a while. Noctis's inclusion for not fitting in with the cast/tone of the other Tekken reps, mostly because he's not a martial artist, unlike Yang from Final Fantasy 4. Yeah, whatever. There's a bunch of things here. That being said, here are my questions for you guys. 1. Do you think there will be a burnout of crossover/guest characters in the near future? In other games in the near future, I'm guessing?
No, it doesn't happen that often.
No.
And it only happens in fighting games, really.
Fighting games are, like, known for this, though. Like, I don't understand why people
Smash Brothers has been doing this for like a couple versions now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Professor Layton had one.
Like Capcom used to straight up make crossover games with everyone pretty much. Like that's like Capcom's fighting game MMO for a while was literally like, all right, let's pick some Marvel property, put it against Street Fighter, let's put it against Capcom, let's put it against someone else. Let's fight SNK for no reason.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think they'll stop because people want to see these characters go up against each other. That's why there's always like forums like who's better, Goku or Superman?
Yeah.
Like, there will never not be one of those forums on the internet.
Sure.
And it's why when they put out like an Avengers movie, we want to see the good guys punch each other for a little bit because we want to see them use their superpowers against each other and who would win in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, no, I don't think there will be Burnout because it's kind of what people expect and want from that type of game. And just in general, it's just fun to see universes collide.
Yeah.
Second part of the question, what are your thoughts on having guest characters / crossovers in video games? I think we kind of answered that one as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. For it. We're all for it.
Yep. 3, do you think other companies could benefit from having characters / franchises in crossover games? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, look at that. Was it that Ruby, Blaze Blue, Persona, and I can't even remember what the last franchise is, but like that weird multi-group fighting game that's coming out from Arc System Works that's not Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it also, like, people that like a certain type of game they'll like pick up that game because they like some of the characters that they know, especially like the Capcom versus whatever. And then they find out some characters that they think are cool looking or whatever, maybe check out the source material, and there you go. It helps everybody. And 4, got any dream crossover / appearances for any game in particular? Doesn't need to be fighting games, it could be any genre you want. Dream crossovers.
Goku versus Superman.
I just want a game. It's just Goku versus Superman. That's all it has to be. Nothing else.
Yep.
Goku cross God of War cross Asura's Wrath.
Who can yell the most?
Yep.
Yep. I think it would be dope to have, like, a Disney fighting game with Disney characters fighting each other. That would be great.
Okay. I'm surprised there isn't one of those.
Or, like, even just a fan-made version of it or something.
I'm surprised that didn't come out, like, on the NES or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Seems right up there.
Yeah, for sure.
I totally forgot about, like, Project Cross Zone, which is literally just a bunch of Capcom, Sega, and Namco properties mixed together in a strategy game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was a strategy game. That's why I didn't mention it. I thought it was a fighting game, and you already mentioned, like, fighting games do this all the time.
Nope, they're a tactics game, or like a tactics game with like a cool combat system, which is based on fighting games. So yeah, half and half.
I gotta play those.
God, I would love like a Power Stone style game with like a bunch of different property crossovers. I just basically want another Power Stone, but I'm totally be down if it was like
that's kind of
crossover.
So like a 3D Smash Bros. Because they started bringing in tons of characters with that one. But yeah, that'd be good too. More Power Stone stuff.
Yep.
All right, John, you got this next one?
I should be able to now that the cat's gone. Where do we leave off, though? This is Hopeful Heroes just then. Cool. From One Press L to P. So with Mario and Zelda out in the first year of the Switch, what main titles do you want to see next year? Not counting the ones we already know of, like the new Yoshi game and the new Kirby game.
I want F-Zero.
I want F-Zero too.
I'll say it every time. As the answer.
I want F-Zero, but it's not going to sell like the fans think.
I want an F-Zero platformer.
I want a real Animal Crossing.
Honestly, yeah. I'm expecting a real Animal Crossing being announced.
Yeah.
I want WarioWare.
Oh, man, yes. I want either a new WarioWare or a new Wario platforming game.
I was just going to say, Wario Land would be really cool, too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Smash Brothers because it's the easy answer.
Yep. In the chat, I want a new Golden Sun. That'd be cool. I doubt that's going to happen. I don't think that third one did very good.
Yep.
But like, let's think about it now. Like all the main properties that Nintendo usually does have already kind of played their hand.
New Donkey
We already
Kong.
got Mario. I guess you're right. Donkey Kong's not covered.
Wait, we don't have Animal Crossing.
anything. Well, no, that's what we're saying. Like Animal Crossing would be one.
Yeah.
But we already know we're getting a new Metroid. We already know we're getting a new Kirby. We're getting a new Yoshi. We're getting a new Pokemon. We're getting we've already got new Mario. We've already got new Zelda.
Yeah.
Like what other core? Well, technically, we've gotten a new Fire Emblem. But I think they also said they're working on a. Well, here's the thing. They also said they're doing
That hurts.
We're getting a core Fire Emblem. They also announced a core Fire Emblem.
That's
Don't forget
true. You're
that.
right. You're right. They did do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like almost every like main property Nintendo usually does is already covered, except for like Star Fox and F-Zero.
I mean, they did just put out Star Fox 2.
Technically.
So,
Sure.
and I mean, that was a pretty big win.
I'm still kind of expecting a port of Star Fox Zero. I have a weird hunch that they're just gonna.
No
port
way. That thing didn't do well.
But neither did Pokken Tournament, from what I remember.
Oh, did it not? Okay.
I don't think it did too well.
Well, the way
I
I gauge if a Nintendo game did well or not is how much does it actually get discounted? Because Nintendo games usually don't, and I've seen that game for so cheap. It's like that, and it's like Codename Steam. I also see that game for real cheap.
That's fair. Yeah,
Oh,
like
right, there was a new No More Heroes announced. That's a good one.
yeah, but that's not a Nintendo property.
But isn't it coming just to the Switch?
Is it just to the Switch? Oh yeah, I think you're right actually on that. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see like Advance. Someone else brought up in the chat. Advance Wars. I'd love to see come back.
Wars. There's a spiritual successor to Advance Wars on the PC right now.
I can't remember what it is. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name
what
of it either.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, like Donkey Kong. I feel like Donkey Kong, Star Fox, and Animal Crossing are really the only ones that haven't really been covered yet. And I guess F-Zero.
A new Donkey Kong would be cool.
You know what I'd actually like? And it won't happen, but I'd actually like it. A new Kid Icarus Uprising.
Ugh.
But like if with a better control scheme, like that would be a great game.
Yeah, and people did really like that, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a.
I loved Kid Icarus Uprising, but with I hated the control scheme. So if you give me proper twin stick controls with that, I'm in 100%. Day one.
The game was Tiny Metal that I was talking about earlier.
Okay. Cool.
Some people are saying, like, would there be a new Mario Kart? And I'm like, it seems too soon.
Yeah, too soon. But there will be one sooner or later.
Sure.
Mega Latino. What do you think is more important for gaming? An esports event as big and popular as the FIFA World Cup, or an award show as grand as the Emmys?
More important. It depends what you find important in the gaming industry. Do you want it to be more accessible in like the audience type thing, like a sports game? Because then obviously esports, or do you want it to be taken more seriously as an art form, in which case it would be the enemies?
I'm just trying to think what would push just like the medium to...
That's what it is. Like, which way do you want it to push? Is kind of.
I would probably say
I feel like we
Emmys.
already have an award show, like the Game Awards. I know it's not.
Yeah.
Like we make fun of it a lot, but like that's
dumb.
basically. But that's basically what that is.
Exactly.
Right. I mean,
that's the thing.
The thing is what if we do get an award show, it has to start somewhere, and it's always going to start small and work its way up. But we still don't have like no one's having Oscar parties, like getting up in tuxes for the Game Awards.
Because like hundreds of people work on these games, like just like with movies and stuff like that. But there's like no like front man really for most of this stuff, right? I feel like it's harder to pull off like an Oscar type setup.
I think it's more important for esports.
We also already have a lot of the esports as well. Like I remember hearing like the international, the Dota tournaments, like far surpassing many other sports. Like grand prizes, like I think last year.
Dota's inaccessible though. That's just because that's how many people play and enjoy that game.
Yeah.
Something like Overwatch, what they're doing with their like World Cup sort of thing, where each team is representing either a city or a country. That's like that sort of thing is the right step towards what the whole big and popular as FIFA. The problem is that Overwatch is not fun to watch for a casual. Really.
Yeah. Like fighting. I was gonna say Evo as well because that shows up on ESPN. But at the same time, again, if you're a casual, you might not fully get it, or you'll just kind of shit on it.
The way I'm interpreting this question is, I think it's like, I think part of it is non-gamers taking it seriously in some way.
Sure.
And I think that's so hard for anything Evo, because when a non-gamer looks at this stuff, it's going to be like, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah. As a gamer myself, half the time it's like, when I'm looking at a fighting game, like high level stuff, I'm definitely not picking up on the nuance there. It's just like, yeah, they're punching and blocking a lot. You know, I have to be really into the game to get that part, and then that requires really good commentators. But but I think you could point to an award show and be like, wow, they're, for whatever reason, this, you know, Horizon just won an award. What is Horizon? Like that person has a gold trophy. Yeah. And also they're just like, with like the fancy pants nature of it, you could be like, oh, they're saying this is like, it puts it more towards the art form thing.
Here's the
which
thing.
Could be taken more seriously.
I hate the Emmys and Oscars anyways. I think they're useless, so I don't care if gaming has a version of that.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, there's definitely problems with the Oscars too.
Sure. So I personally am saying that an esports event that's accessible and big is more important.
All right. Where did you land, Paul? John?
I'm gonna agree. Esports.
Okay.
Like I feel like with all like I guess you guys have heard about all the teams that like NBA teams are sponsoring now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So like that's, I feel like another step in the right direction too.
Yeah, they're making steps there for sure.
Right. Yeah. Isn't there a Dota team that's sponsored by YouPorn?
Probably. That sounds
probably
yes, and I feel like they couldn't advertise it on their jackets or something crazy like that. I forget
think
what
that
it was.
sounds familiar. Yeah.
And they probably weren't very good because I don't think a lot of people were talking about that, so they didn't make it far. So there's that.
Paul, you got the second last one?
I do. We skipped one, so I'm going to read that first. VGC Kenny wrote in and said, with the death of the Wii U and the phasing out of the 3DS, what hopes for games died with it? Personally, I'm sad, and Elite Beat Agents 2 won't come to pass.
That's true. I guess less touchscreen games, right?
Well, for the Wii U, what I always imagined was like this cool game where the TV had a like image on it or whatever. Then you would hold up the tablet, and it would be able to tell with like the gyroscope where it was looking on the TV, and then they could put some like weird shit on there and play with it.
Something different as opposed to just mirroring the screen.
Yeah, so that's dead now because the Wii U had the tablet and the TV, and the Switch is only one screen at a time.
I think the game you're looking for, and they did this. It was Mario Kart 8, and if you played as Wario, then the touchscreen was a fart button.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's right.
The one.
Yep.
You did it.
Yep.
I missed the asynchronicity idea of the Wii U, but it was implemented pretty bad, honestly.
Sure.
I feel like they could have done cool stuff. It just didn't sell enough, so companies did not put the time in to develop for it because they wouldn't have gotten anything back, which is a bummer. And so we're missing a lot of that as well, like the whole like D&D stuff that people were talking they could do and whatnot.
Yep.
That would have been cool.
Yep. And it was said in the chat, but Zombie U, the way that like it would take your attention away from what's happening on the screen to like rummage through your backpack to use items and stuff on the tablet, and then you would look back up at your TV and a zombie's running at you. Stuff like that is stuff that won't happen now ever because that's
Gaming Warrior did some cool stuff with that. Wonderful 101 did some all right stuff with that.
Yep. So there you go.
I'm sad that we didn't get just some like console ports of DS games. Like I would have loved like a huge HD Layton, or you know whatever insert your DS title there.
The World Ends with You 2 would be amazing. It would be amazing.
Yep. Okay, John, you have the second last one then.
Sure. This is from Daniel. So, Paul, I follow you on Twitter, and I saw your tweet about asking people to join and help complete the rest of Resident Evil 6 on main campaign modes. I remember last year for October, you and John played through the 3 core campaigns, but didn't finish Ada's campaign. Have you asked him to finish what you two started in October 2016? Also, has it been a year?
It's been a year.
Has it really been a year? Jeez.
Yep. We've said it in passing every couple weeks after we talk on TDP. But we never set anything up. No.
Pretty much. Well, it's like, because every time we think about it, I'm like, oh, I got to leave like next week.
Also, just as a heads up, I was asking for people Resident Evil 6 campaign on PS3 specifically, because that's installed for some reason. And I was like, I could go to play this dumb shit with somebody if you have it. That's why. But it's not off the table, I guess. It's just never come to pass because we're bad at planning shit, basically.
Also, I'm assuming 2017 has been a big year for games.
That's
probably
kind of
playing
it too.
Some current stuff.
Yeah.
Don't have time for Resident Evil 6.
It's honestly kind of true. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, last question from Steven. What is a game that you felt really missed out on what it could have been? Meaning that the phrase, man, wouldn't it have been cool if they did blank?
Yeah, Pokemon Snap on the Wii U.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. You could still do it on the Switch, honestly, but...
Sure. I feel like we kind of just said basically the Wii U in general.
Yep.
But more game specific. Well, you mentioned Wolfenstein 2 should have a different credit music, right?
Yeah, it should have anything
That would
else.
have made the world a difference.
It should have had silence, maybe. It was real bad.
Rabbids would have been better if that last world was a little shorter.
Okay. Mass Effect Andromeda would have been better if it didn't exist.
I'm still considering bringing that home for the Christmas break to try
Please
and play
don't.
some of it.
There's other games. Please don't.
I know. I'm just trying to. It depends where I'm at with my other games.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wouldn't it be cool if they did blank? I feel like I could say this about literally every single game, including the ones I love to death. So.
Wouldn't it be cool if Goku fought Superman?
Yep. It would be cool,
And
all right.
as Suro was there, and then he got angry and wanted to fight.
Actually, with Battlefront 2 brought up, wouldn't it be cool if Battlefront 2 didn't do what they did and just made a Star Wars game? That would have been dope.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been cool if Super Mario Odyssey didn't have motion controls?
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, yeah. That's a good one.
Wouldn't it have been cool if Super Mario Galaxy didn't have motion controls?
We're just gonna name
all of them.
everything.
Let's keep
with
going.
Motion controls. Yeah, keep going.
Wouldn't it have been cool if when I skateboarded in front of my Kinect, I could pick up my skateboard and then there's my skateboard in the game?
That would have been so cool. Yeah, you could do this all day. about
Yeah,
every
that's
game.
all I
There's
got.
so much. There's so much.
All right. If you want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, the Discord channel, John's P.O. Box. Games of the week.
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, obviously.
I guess since I've been playing so much of it, Animal Crossing.
SteamWorld Dig 2.
Nice.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening. We will be back later
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
in December.